If it's one thing that most of us can use, it's more time, especially when you're moving. Well, what if I could tell you I know where to get it? In pursuit of the more time concept, I met up with Tony Gleason here in Westfield. He's one of the owners of a company called DIY Mobile Box. And they are here to grant you at least one important wish: the luxury of moving all your stuff on your schedule at your own pace.
It declutters your house. It gets half your moving done ahead of the time. And the beautiful thing about it is you do it at your own pace. It's your time. We all know there's 24 hours in a day. What DIY Mobile Box does is it allows you to take a very small segment of your time and use it towards doing the do-it-yourself. Everyone likes to be in control, and DIY also lets them be in control. They don't have the mover showing up at 9 or 7 a.m. saying, "Okay, Mrs. Jones, we're here to move you," and all of a sudden she's got 1,000,001 decisions that she must make right then and there. With DIY, you can make the decisions as you go along, and if you don't like the decision you made, you can change it. You have control.
Paul Mahoney is one of DIY's residential customers, and when he was preparing to move, he wanted to accomplish two things that made DIY essential to his success. First, clearing the clutter, and second, to stage the house for sale.
We've been here almost 25 years, and the amount of accumulations we have is enormous, as anybody who's been in your house for any length of time knows. So you go through the closets and you take out clothing and things that you just stick in your closets to get them out of the way. You take all this stuff out and get it out and put it into a storage where if you still need to get it, it's right in your driveway, you can still go get it. But it's out of your way when you're trying to present your house in the best light to a buyer. You set it up in the driveway just where I want it so I can still get in and out of the garage without it getting in the way. But yet the DIY box was just very handy for me.
It's not just residential, not by a long shot. DIY Mobile Box also offers solutions to businesses across the Pioneer Valley and beyond. For example, when Wendy Diamond, owner of Flag Fables in West Springfield, has to grow her inventory in preparation for the Big E, Tony had the perfect solution.
We're using it as a seasonal storage, especially for Big E, where we have to be prepared to sell a lot of merchandise in a short amount of time. We need to get that merchandise in about 3 to 4 weeks before the show. So Tony was great also. He came up with some shelving solution so that we could best use this square footage and maximize it and get it so that we could have organized merchandise when we needed it, we could access it, we could find it, and it's been a wonderful addition to the business. When you pull in on Big E morning or one of the Big E mornings and say, "I need 25 of these mailbox covers," we can find them, we can get them out. We're not disrupting the internal workings of the store and the catalog and the order filling and the website. We're dealing with the box and we're dealing with the Big E.
But that's just part of the story. Wendy first started by talking to Rod Sitterly of Sitterly Movers when her business needs outgrew its previous location.
Well, Sitterly was the mover that moved us from our Springfield location to here in West Springfield. This is now our 4th retail location, and we have been moving and growing for all these years, getting into bigger and better locations. And we needed a great mover to help us orchestrate a very complicated move, and they were wonderful.
It's those kinds of success stories that are the foundation of DIY Mobile Box, a company that believes the key to their success is simple.
The three of us all built businesses, and we know that the best way to build your business is putting your customers first. And that being said, the three of us knew right from the get-go that if we wanted this business to grow and to prosper, if we just focused on satisfying our customers to the 10th degree, we knew that basically the money would come. And so what we do, quite honestly, from the get-go is we just make sure that we perform 115% for that customer. If it means going out and doing something extra or giving them a bit of information or a tidbit of knowledge that the three of us have, it's there.
Tony is part of a long tradition of focusing on customers first. He's 4th generation. His family was Gleason Moving in Northampton. And today, Tony has joined forces with 2 other longtime area powerhouses, Rod Sitterly, head of Sitterly Movers, and Ken DeLude, president of Burt Hill Movers, also third and fourth generation family-owned companies. These 3 companies now work in tandem to offer the best in service and choice of service in the area.
Everybody has their own circumstance. Not everyone has a piano. Ken is probably the best, household goods and piano mover locally there is. Sitterly, on the other hand, he can answer questions on the commercial side of moving a business. Fantastic. My attributes is I'm the machinery mover and the big problem solver when it comes to those things. So even though the 3 of us were movers, we all have our expertise. And that's what the customer gets when he hires DIY Mobile Box. We believe, Ken, Rod, and I believe that this is the future of the moving industry.
This focus on custom solutions is one that Tony knows well. He has developed his company and his website as a way of engaging his clients in education and tips to help him arrive at the perfect answer for every situation.
Overstock, in many times to get inventory off of your floor, you just need additional space. And everyone knows that square foot prices on commercial real estate's a whole lot more expensive than renting a DIY Mobile Box. We have some customers that do it and use it just for that.
And if you want to contact Tony and get some more time and organization in your life, check out his website at www.diymobilebox.com.